Hi, this is Tara Powers, CEO of Powers Resource Center, and this is my first vlog. And I wanted to talk about the loneliness epidemic that is happening and has been happening in our communities and in our workplaces. And certainly the pandemic has not surprisingly made it worse. And I wanted to just talk a little bit about how important it is to take this loneliness epidemic seriously in your organizations and on your teams. Because what we do know and what all the research shows us is that a lack of social connection that leads to loneliness is causing cardiovascular disease, depression, anxiety, dementia, poor sleep, substance abuse, all of these things that are impacting your employees' ability to show up and do the best work of their lives. And more organizations certainly are paying attention to well being. It's becoming a very important topic, and they're recognizing that helping their teams and colleagues establish deep, authentic connection is really what's needed and needs to become a priority. So I just wanted to give you three important ways that you can start thinking about this right now with your own teams. So the first way is to prioritize well-being and well-being check-ins and conversations that are asking your employees how they're really doing, how they're really feeling, and allowing the space for them to be vulnerable, right? Because you might be surprised with the answer. And are we actually allowing some space and prioritizing conversations around well-being regularly with our team members? The second is when they are vulnerable and they do share, show empathy and respond with care and kindness. And I know that you all know that quote, most people are battling something that we know nothing about. And that is so true in this pandemic. Some people are dealing with the loss of loved ones, people who are sick and they're fearful of what is going to happen. Perhaps they have compromised children at home, and every day they're full of anxiety about what might happen if they get sick. So, really, just showing empathy as often as possible and responding to any kind of sharing or vulnerability with deep care and kindness. That's number two. And then the third is really, as a leader of a team, role modeling healthy and nurturing behavior for yourself personally and certainly for your team. And what does that look like? That means that you're making time outside of work and not always being on to be with family, to be with friends, to do things that you love, to take care of yourself. And you're sharing that with your team. You're actually sharing those nurturing behaviors. Perhaps you decide as a team something that you can do to stay healthy. Maybe share healthy recipes, perhaps start a 10,000 step club using your Fitbits together and collectively. Again, it forms connection and it also is engaging in healthy behavior, which certainly impacts well being. I also want to invite all of you to an upcoming event that we are going to be having, and it is with Patrick Lencioni, and it is around the 5 behaviors of what creates cohesive teamwork. And when you think about cohesion, that's all about connection. And you can learn more with the link that you see here on this site. But what I want to point out is we're going to be talking about in this short, important program two things. How do you build trust? How do you show vulnerability on a team? And how do you manage conflict so that it's productive, so that you feel like you're connected and you have a voice, and that even though you may have a different opinion, people are appreciating what you have to say and they're hearing what you have to say. And all of that, in my opinion, is really important for an overall team's well being. So I encourage you to not only take those three ideas that I just shared, but also check out this program that we're going to be offering here in early February for yourself and your team members, because it is the first step in creating a culture of well being and connection on your team. Have a great week. Stay healthy and stay safe. Thank you.